Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Jared at 3C's Recreation. Today, we're going to install a Baja Designs headlight in this customer's 2022 Beta Cross Trainer. It's a great time to be installing this because a 24-hour race is only 24 days away. It's kind of funny, 24 for 24. And we need to do some videos ourselves on different headlight options for that race, so if you subscribe to our channel, we're going to be doing that stuff soon. So pretty excited about this because I didn't want to spend this much money just to test for a video, but since I have it, maybe we end up buying one of these for our bike for the race. So two-part video. We're going to install it first, and then tonight when it gets dark, we'll come back and we'll drive it up and down the driveway. We're not going to ride his bike in the woods. That's not what we do. It's his bike, but I will drive it up and down the driveway to give you guys an idea of how it looks. So this is the box that the parts came in, and then here's what came in the box. So we have the headlight assembly itself, and if you're going to order this, please keep in mind, if your bike is a two-stroke, you need to order the two-stroke version. This is specifically what we need. Came with a packet of bolts, came with a sticker and some instructions, and so this is where I'm going to not be pumped on the Baja Design stuff, because before I make videos, I want to make sure I understand what I'm doing so I sound better in the videos and give you guys good advice. So this instruction sheet is very poorly written. It doesn't talk at all about what light we have, so I don't care for that. If you scan the QR code and you go to Baja Designs website, they talk nothing about Beta. They talk about Ford trucks and some KTM stuff in there. And if you go to the side of the box here, it says visit Beta USA for the instructions. And as a Beta dealer for 13 years, I am very aware of how to find those instructions, and these are nowhere to be found. So we're kind of on our own with installing it, which I don't usually care for, because usually in the comments people will give me flack about it. But so what we're going to do first is we're going to remove this headlight mask. It's very easy to do. If you guys have a Beta at home, all we're going to do, come on in, Braxton, let's show it. We got these two rubbers on one on each side. So we're going to do that one, and we're going to do the one on the other side here, and the one on this side. There we go. And we're going to pull up on it. You kind of got to pull out as you're doing this, because you can't pull straight up, and I'll show you why in a second. If you pull straight up, your headlight is going to run into your speedo. So at this point, we got our two connectors down here. One's for the daylight, and then the bottom one is for the actual headlight itself. And his is missing a bolt, so I can just sneak it out. His is supposed to have a bolt in here, and as a A+ Beta dealer, we will fix that for him. So here's his headlight, and it's pretty simple to remove this, right? So just a Phillips head screwdriver. And let's show you what we're going to do. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Just remove these real quick. And I am going to reuse some of this because I'm not a huge fan of what they provided in the kit. I don't see two matching screws for the top. Everything in that kit is a one-off bolt. There's 4 different bolts in there, and none of them match. So, and they have to be a self-tapping material to begin with. So there's those, and then we got this bottom one here. And then at this point, we are fully going to have our stock headlight removed. So scan over here more, Braxton, near the table. So I'm going to set the whole assembly down. This comes right off. Our headlight's completely out of the way. So this is the new Baja Designs unit, and so there's obviously a spring. Let's open this right up. There's a spring in here, and these were the originals. So I think I'm going to use these two right here. I don't need any of that stuff. I'm going to use this for the bottom. We're going to remove one of those. I'm going to put these two back up in the top. So we're going to put those in there. But then I'm going to do the spring with this longer guy right here in the bottom. And the reason why I'm going to do that is so we can put this up in here. Sorry, we're trying to do this here. And then if I turn it to the front, that's going to allow me to like tilt the light up or down, because it's going to have that spring in there. So that's what we're going to do. And I was playing with this a minute ago. I'm not sure what Baja Designs, what their theory is here, but the bolt doesn't even fit in their own bracket. So we're going to have to take like a really proper size drill bit and drill this out real quick, because none of the screws that they give you, no matter what you try to do, fit in there. And if you think that we can't just use the stock bolt on the bottom. So as you can see, I can reuse the stock ones on the sides there, but in the bottom, I'll flip it over this way. That's a huge gap. That's where that spring goes. There's no way that the stock bolt is going to reach. It won't even make it. So I absolutely need to use this longest screw down here with the spring. So we are going to take a drill bit real quick. Probably not going to show it. We're just going to drill this out, so this will actually fit inside of there. All right, so we got our drill bit. We got it so we can actually fit the screw through there, and the screw fits nicely into his plastic, or at least it starts in there. And that's all we need it to do, because then we'll turn it in after that. So what we're going to do is kind of build this assembly. So we kind of want to start with screw, and then we're going to put the spring on the front side, and then we're going to slam this whole assembly down on here like this. And then Braxton found me the correct Allen key. It's not actually an Allen key, it's like a star bit. And this is where I need to be pretty accurate with it. And get it to bite in there. And the pressure's on. Dun dun dun. Let's see. So the spring is longer than this screw, so it takes a second to overcome that. There we go. I can feel it starting to bite now. So it's starting to bite in there, starting to pull in. I just wanted to take my time. I didn't want to hurt his headlight mask. You can kind of see down there it's taking it. And so at this point, we can take the stock 2 top screws, and we'll put those in next. So we got one going in there. And we got the second one. I'm not sure how adjustable it's really actually going to be, because these are screwed straight in. So if they're trying to make it adjustable, I would think there'd be some sort of difference here, but I didn't design it. We're installing it. So there's that, nice and tight. Don't want to go too tight with them because you're just into plastic with them. So there's that, and let's play with this for a second. So if I squish this, there's really not much play there. So like with that spring, so I'm not really sure why the spring is there. I think they could have just gone with a regular bolt here, because there's no more for that to squish in. It's already kind of bottomed out. So I'm going to tighten it just a little bit more just to make sure it's tight. We're going to put it back in. So if you're buying this thinking that it's going to be adjustable up or down, I don't think that's true. I think that it's installed, and that's what it is. So this is a super simple install if that's really all it is. We just have the 2 screws, and then the one that we thought was right we put in there. And then now it's just as simple as reinstalling it. So if we come back over here to the bike, you're going to see that once I get it reinstalled, we're just going to connect that connector there. I'm going to electrical tape this up for him. That way mud and dirt does not get down in there. And then we just rewrap it on the bike. So at this point, we're going to wait for the darkness to come upon us, and we will ride this bike. We have the other cross trainer. That's our hard enduro bike, by the way. Finally came in. So we have that bike with a stock headlight, and then we're going to have this with the new Baja Designs. So we'll ride them in a couple hours. All right, guys, welcome back. It is 11:15 at night. We are working hard tonight, get this video done for you guys. Had some other projects that we kept working on. So I had mentioned earlier that I was going to use our hard enduro cross trainer, but I looked at that bike. It's not even set up yet. There's no gas in it, and I don't want to spend the time tonight to do that. So this is my dad's 430. This is the bike that I raced last weekend. It does have the stock headlight bulb in it. And then this is that beta cross trainer that we just installed, that new Baja Designs, which you guys know because you watched the video so far. So I have not even started this thing yet. I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm using my iPhone on the gimbal, so I'm kind of curious how I'm going to drive away in the darkness, but we're going to make it happen. So the first thing we'll do here is I'll turn his gas on, and it'll give us some choke. I haven't even started this yet. I want it to be a surprise for everybody here. So let's see. Let's turn this thing on. It should be neutral because I just push it outside. Trying to run his choke while running the camera with the other hand. So right away, it is awesome over there. Not sure how well I mean, I can tell on the camera screen it looks okay, but I'm not sure. And oh, he didn't even have the left handlebar switch, so I found one. I'm going to talk to you guys for a minute. So let me trip my light again so that turns back on. All right, so I was pretty bummed that I went to turn the light on at the shop at like 4:30 when we were doing this video earlier, and there's not even a left handlebar switch on the bike. I didn't even realize that. So hopefully he has a switch at home. So I took my switch out of inventory And so if you wonder where the switch is, I just have it dangling down here because it's plugged in. So it's hard to talk with a bike running, but I'm going to try high beam and low beam and see if it makes a difference first before we ride. So that's my comment. Oh, holy smokes, it gets even brighter. So there's high beam, low beam. High beam is crazy good. Holy smokes. Doesn't really change with RPM, so we're gonna try to ride this thing. Wish me luck here. Oh, look at that, we made it. So that light is super bright. And I think it's adjusted pretty good. Earlier I said I couldn't really adjust it, but I don't think we need to adjust it at all. And it is lighting up that semi. I don't know if you can see it, but it's still like 50 yards away, way out there. And then our driveway is way over here. Yeah, this is great. This is legit. Like, this light is super nice. A pretty wide field of view. Maybe it's making it look brighter than it really is on the camera. Hopefully it continues to look that good. But, so here's the whole width of our driveway. I'm going to say it's like 30 feet wide. And you can see all of it. There's our building way down there. Yeah, this is, oh, there's some birds flying around. This is a super legit light. Like, it is lighting up all of that stuff over there. All of our mowers. And then we're going to try to stop with our hand not on the clutch. So, we're going to stop over here. Look at that, we made it. Okay, that was really impressive. So I think these retailed for $359, and I guess we can double check that, but that is super legit. Probably gonna be a little bit harder to ride this 430 with one hand though. So this one still has the handlebar switch on the handlebar here, so we're still good there. And so let's start this thing up. I don't have his light plugged in. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna plug his light back in. Okay, sorry about that. I unplugged his light for the race last weekend, apparently. So let's fire this thing up. Actually not bad. So definitely not as bright. I would argue that it's just as wide of a view though, like left to right. That's high beam, low beam. You can see pretty far. You can almost see that semi up there too. It's not bright though, so I know on the film it looks really good, but that's like half as bright as the one over there. So this film is making it look really good. Let's try to take off real quick. Oh, it's all right. It's my dad's bike. There we go. You won't know. Yeah, it's not half as bright. Like, so maybe on film it looks good, but that semi is not lit up like it was. I know it probably looks like that on film, but it's not. And then as we go this way, this is really dark compared to what we were just playing with. Again, the driveway. I think these new iPhones just show low light really good. So it's not showing how dark it really is. All right, so we made it. So now we got to recap this. So I would definitely say that Squadron Pro is a lot brighter. Again, this iPhone maybe shows low light really good because we're outside with our little light above the shop on, and it's lighting these bikes up pretty good. So I definitely feel safer going faster with that headlight. So if I was buying a bike and I'm going to keep it for a long time, I would definitely buy some sort of bulb. So keep in mind, we're going to do another video next week. Actually, we're going to get together at night and do a night riding practice for the 24-hour race. Kind of wish that this bike didn't come in until next week so I could kind of keep it around. But at the same time, I don't want to ride his bike anyway, so we wouldn't have actually used it. But we do have some other options that we're going to play with. So subscribe to our channel, and thank you guys for watching. Again, that's a Squadron Pro. I think it worked really good versus a stock beta bulb. Enjoy the ride.